What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, Episode 4, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. Guys, we're excited to be here and bring you guys a 6-game slate. We usually do a 5-game slate, but my guy, Line Movers, has had so many winners as of late. I believe you're 5-1 on your best bets, and I know you have 6 plays that you want to talk about today, 6 games you want to break down. And like I just said, you are 5-1 on your best bets. Guys, I keep saying this every show because Line Movers isn't missing. If you're not following him or his best bets, you're missing out on some good cash. He's been absolutely on fire. That being said, Mr. JD, how are you today?
Great, man. And actually, yeah, just like you said, things have been going really well on the show, on the best bets. I am 5-1. Really been running hot in actually baseball for the past month now. Just in baseball alone, units, I'm up almost 22. So, yeah, things have just been running very, very well.
We love to hear that. Those are some big numbers, up almost 22 units. And, guys, these plays are all posted in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. It's free to join. We also have VIP in there as well. But get in the Discord. People are cashing the free plays left and right, and we would love to see you in there. So join. You'll get JD's bangers. You will get my bangers, and we will see you in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. Mr. JD, we have an amazing slate tonight. Unfortunately, we have to start with a game with a team I may be a fan of that hasn't been exactly great as of late, but maybe they're starting to get it a little bit back together. JD, we have the Reds who are taking on the Yankees. Pitching matchup in this one, Graham Ashcraft is pitching for the Reds. He's coming in 4-4 with a 5.5 ERA. On the other end, Luis Gil, the rookie sensation for the Yankees, coming in 9-3 with a 3.15 ERA. I will say his numbers were really, really good for the most of the season. His last few starts have been brutal. Gil had almost a 1 ERA for most of the year. It is ballooned all the way up to a 3.15, so those numbers are a little iffy. JD, what do you got to start us off today?
Well, this one for me, as far as trends go, in most sports, I do not care about trends. As far as baseball is the one sport where I actually do, though. And if you look at this game, the Yankees to the over, they're actually 9-1 their last 10 games. They have been trending to the over on actually the year also. The model, it actually has this at 9.4 runs with a total of actually 8.5 currently. The model likes it over. The trends actually like it over. So for me, this is a very easy play, and we are going to go over.
I love that. I see it the exact same way you do. I know we don't always like to agree on the same play here to give people a good amount of variety, but I see it the same way you do. You take a look at the Yankees' most recent games in their most recent series. In the Toronto game yesterday, or 2 days ago, they won 8-1, so 9 total runs. The game prior had 12 total runs. The game prior had 21 total runs. The game prior had 11. The game prior had 14. There are a ton of runs being scored in Yankees ball games right now. Their pitching has had a ton of regression. Their starters have been getting hit hard, it seems like every single day. And the main culprit of that has been Luis Gil. He was pitching like the clear Cy Young candidate, and the last couple starts, he has shown some severe regression, giving up a lot of runs. On the other end with the Reds, Ashcraft has a 5.5 ERA. He's going to give up runs. The Yankees' bats are hot. JD, I'm with you. I agree with you. Over 8.5, it's a great play. And guys, when JD gives you those model number plays in the last couple shows, when he says there's about a 1-run difference in the over, I believe he's cashed every single one of those. His model has been red hot. Make sure you guys are tuning in and staying because we have 5 more games to break down. Mr. JD, let's go to the second one. We have the Astros. They are visiting the Blue Jays here. The Astros are pitching Spencer Arrighetti, Mr. Spaghetti, who is 4-6 with a 5.6 ERA. Not great numbers. On the other end, Jose Berrios, 7-6, 3.3 ERA. This one may have some runs as well. JD, what are you thinking?
This one could have some runs. I tell you what, as far as the Blue Jays bats, especially the past couple games, they have not looked good. And as far as the Astros go, they are still hot. In their last 10 games, I believe they're 9-1.
Yep.
So this is another game where you have to look at that trend. Blue Jays, I think in their last 10 games, I think they're 3-7. So you have a hot team and you have a cold team. the model, it actually thinks this price is actually spot on. But with the trends and just how you have a hot and cold team, looks like you can get the Astros money line right now at minus 102. So I absolutely love that.
I do as well. When you look at the injury report for the Blue Jays, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., who's been their only offensive player over the last week or two, he's day-to-day. We're not sure if he's going to play today, as well as Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who is their leadoff hitter. He's also day-to-day, so they may be missing a couple big bats in this game. I agree with you. It's really tough to back the Blue Jays this year as well. I mean, who would have thought that coming about midway through the season, they would be 38-46? I thought this was a team that potentially had a chance to make a decent playoff run. Doesn't appear to be the case. Also on the Astros side, they're also a team that's having a pretty poor year for their standards. Only 43-41, 19-22 on the road. But this team, like you said, is starting to get it together. They're finally getting their stride this year, and they've been ripping off some wins. As you said, 9-1 in their last 10. I am on the Astros as well. I love that you get value on the plus side, and that's exactly what I am playing. So the exact money line odds right now are, give me 1 second so I pull up the current odds, minus 108. The odds have just jumped. It's a dead even minus 108 on both sides. You get either team at minus 108. To me, the value is on the Astros. All right, let's keep it moving. Next one we have on for the games today is the Tigers, who are taking on the Twins in Minnesota. I feel like every time this guy pitches, JD, we have a show on that day. Tariq Skubal, coming in 9-3 with a 2.3 ERA, is taking on Simeon Woods Richardson, who is 3-1 with a 3.41 ERA. I hope I said his name right. I'd be pumped if I did. I probably didn't. Mr. JD, kick us off. What do you got in the Tigers versus the Twins?
All right, this is another game where you have a hot team and you have a cold team. The Twins, they have been playing some actually really good baseball lately. We have been on the Twins for the past few games now. I know they are 4-1 their last 5. I believe the Tigers are 1-4 their last 5. Looks like the current money line price for the Twins is around the minus 120 range. The model has them priced at minus 135. It's not a big difference there. But with actually showing value on the Twins and then actually getting them as the hot team, then like I've said on the previous games, it's not a long trend, but it is a short-term trend on the Twins. And actually we have been riding the Twins. So that means tonight we are going to be on them again.
I like it. The Twins have been hot, as you said, 4-1 in their last 5. This Tigers team is hard to read, man. You feel like when they're supposed to get blown out, they blow the other team out. When you feel like they're supposed to win, you feel like they lose. So, I mean, this team has not performed to what I've expected this year. I'm targeting a total in this spot. We have 2 of the better pitchers from each team, and that to me is a clear recipe for an under. Like I said earlier, Tariq Skubal is 9-3 with a 2.3 ERA. He's done a fantastic job this year, but the Tigers have not really hit for him. Their offense has been extremely struggling this year. They have not done a great job. And on the other side, Woods Richardson has a 3.4 ERA and has pitched better at home. So I do think that this is a great recipe for an under. It is a low line. It's coming in at 7.5, but I do think it'll go comfortably under. I do project this game to be around 5 runs. So that's a nice 2.5 run variance for me here. And that's exactly what we are playing. So we're taking under 7.5 in the Tigers taking on the Twins. All right, Mr. JD, we are flying. We got another one, though. Another good line. We have a lot of good odd matchups today. A lot of pretty even, a lot of good value you could find. And we have the Rays that are taking on the Royals here. The Rays are pitching Zach Little. He has a 4.17 ERA with a 2-5 record. On the other side, we have Brady Singer, who is 4-4 with a 3.12 ERA. When you see a guy like Brady Singer, who is 4-4 but has a 3.1 ERA, to me, that shows his team hasn't been hitting for Singer. He actually has some pretty decent numbers. On the other end, 2-5 for Little with a 4.2 ERA. That makes sense to me. Mr. JD, let's kick this one off. What do you have in the Rays taking on the Royals?
As actually people are starting to find out, the Rays, they are a team that I just never seem to really get right. But in this game, as far as just straight value goes, this is my highest value game on actually the whole card. I had this game and actually had 11.3 runs.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have a total at 9.5. So the model, like you said, it has been running hot. So with that, I mean that is a lot of actual value there. So no matter what anything else says, like I just have to like play that. As far as the weather tonight, as far as hitting weather is actually really good. The wind is going to be blowing strong out, and it is going to be hot. The Royals, as far as their offense goes, as we've seen, it's been really up and down. As far as at home, though, they actually have been hitting very well. So I'm going to trust them to do that tonight. And then the Rays, it's hard for me to trust them, but I am. So
we all have those teams. We all have one of those teams where you think you're going to get it right most of the time and they just can't seem to deliver for you. I definitely know your feeling on that one. This is an interesting game to me, as you said. And you said that there's basically a 2-run variance in the model. We've been slamming these 1-run variances in the model and they've been cashing. I don't think I've heard a 2-run variance yet from you. So this is a big, big one. I know JD said this is his biggest targeted play earlier. So make sure you guys tuned in for that part and he went over why. Another thing I love about that, JD, is that this is juiced on the under. You can get over 9.5 at plus 105. So you get that at plus money. I absolutely love that. My play on this game is going to be the Royals. As you said, the Rays have been quite a disappointment this year. I said this last week. Who would expect that this Rays team would be 42-42 over halfway through the season? Just not what I anticipated. And when you look at the Royals' home and away splits, they're a 30-16 ball club at home. They have absolutely dominated teams at home with a 2-1 win ratio. And I think that continues here. Little has not been a good pitcher. And this Royals team does do a good job of hitting righties. I do anticipate them to get some runs, so I'll be cheering for that over for you and hoping my Royals get the winner here. Let's keep this rolling. This is an interesting one. And we all know why. I don't even need to say it, but I will. Dallas Keuchel is back in the MLB. Dallas Keuchel has been a very fun pitcher to fade in the last couple of years. So far, he's only thrown one game this year, Keuchel, and he has an 11.25 ERA. Welcome back to the bigs, Mr. Keuchel. On the other end, we have Ryan Feltner on the bump for the Rockies. He's 1-7 with a 6 ERA. So combined, these pitchers have about an infinity ERA. It's actually close to 17, but it's pretty darn high for a starting pitcher matchup. And the game is in Colorado. I mean, do I even need to say where we're going with this? JD, I'll let you take it, but I think that people could know, by the way, I'm leading off what the trends are and the signs are for this game.
I mean, yeah, everything just points over. It looks too easy.
Right?
That kind of scares me. What's the total at? I believe it's at 11 flat.
11.5 right now.
Okay, it is up to 11.5. I have this at 12.4, which still to me sounds low. Looking at the weather, the hitting weather is going to be good tonight.
Summer in Colorado.
I mean, it's one of those that just seems too easy.
Right.
But I have to play it. I think that both of these offenses, both of them should actually put up runs. So,
I mean, you have to expect them to. You're in cores where the ball travels. Taking a look at yesterday's game between these two teams, there was 15 runs and they had significantly better pitchers on the bump than we're going to see tonight. Like I said earlier, Dallas Keuchel has been an absolute pleasure to watch play baseball if you're in the betting world. He has made me so much money over the last 3 years. I can't lie. Him and Patrick Corbin have been my two favorite pitchers to fade. And when I saw that Dallas Keuchel was back in the bigs, I knew I was excited to get some overs. After his first game back where he had an 11.25 ERA, I can tell you I cashed that over very easily. And in this one, I'm playing the exact same thing. What do they say, JD? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're taking the over here, over 11.5. It's actually juiced on the under as well. So you get that at plus 100, another even money play. And I absolutely love it. Let's see some runs tonight, my friend. Let's see some runs. I know both of us, I'm going to let it out early. It's going to be a best bet. But How can you not? I mean, we went over. It just looks too easy. I think this is going to be our easiest winner of the day for the both of us. Let's keep it moving, my friend. We are going to the last game we have on the slate today. We have the D-backs. We have the Dodgers. D-backs coming in with Ryan Nelson. Ryne is his first name. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's 5-6 with an almost 6 ERA. He has not done great. On the other end, Bobby Miller, 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA. To be fair to Mr. Miller, though, he has only pitched in a couple games this year. He was hurt. JD, what do you like in the Dodgers and the D-backs?
This is one I've been going back and forth on. Matter of fact, up until right now, I still don't know how I'm going to play this game. As me and you talked about before the show, as far as the Dodgers, who they have throwing tonight, I'm not going to say his name. Because every time I do, I keep talking very, very highly of him. And every time I go on any type of show and say anything about him, he just seems to get hit that same night. So I'm not going to say his name, but I am high on him. So for me, as far as the Dodgers and actually them getting runs, I think they are definitely going to get theirs. Looks like you can get their team total right now at 4.5. I definitely like that. You can get a first 5. You can get their team total there at 2.5. I definitely like that. And then the Dodgers run line, I kind of like that too. So I'm really not sure how I'm going to play this yet, but it's probably going to be a team total in actually some way though.
So where can the people find when you make your official decision on this play? And the people need the JD official Dodgers pick. Where can they find that?
They are going to be in the Discord.
In the MoneyBall Metrics Discord,
MoneyBall Metrics Discord, I will make sure to specifically drop this play in there as a free play.
Awesome. A little bonus for everyone. And it's also free to join the Discord. We say it at the start of every show. Get in there. You're going to get extra plays from all of us. There's more cappers in there. There's a new UFC guy in there who absolutely cleaned up this weekend. So make sure you guys check out Moneyball Metrics. A lot of cashing going on in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. All right. Well, I'm going to take over my pick for this one, Mr. JD. I do have an official pick. Just to let everyone know early, we spoke about this game earlier because we both felt the exact same way. There's a lot of different angles you could take on the Dodgers here to try and cash because I do think the Dodgers are going to score a lot of runs. My favorite play on this one is going to be the over 4.5 at -130. The Dodgers team total over 4.5. I think they're going to score a lot of runs. I was looking at the over initially for this game, but when you break down Bobby Miller's numbers at home, he's 1-0 and has yet to give up a run. His 6.75 elevated ERA is all from road games from earlier in the year. He's pitched great at home. I think he's going to pitch well again tonight and give me the Dodgers team total over 4.5. Well, Mr. JD, you know what time it is. We have to give the people the best part of the show for JD. Guys, as you know, he is 5-1 on his best bets. You all know that by now. If you're not tailing him, you should be getting on it. But it's that time. We have the little clip. It's the best bets time, so I'll kick it off. My favorite best bet, I'm sure, as you guys already know what it's going to be, is going to be the over in the Brewers Rockies at over 11.5. You get that at +100, like I said. It's my favorite play of the night. My second best bet is going to be the Royals on the money line at -118. We have Singer against Little. We went over the reasons why earlier, but I definitely think those two are my favorite plays. If I were to give out a third best bet, I would agree with you that I do like the over in the Yankees Reds at 8.5. As you said, we keep seeing runs and runs and runs in Yankees games, and I anticipate that to continue. So give me that as my third best bet as well. JD, pressure's on. Everyone's tailing your best bets because you don't miss. What you got?
Before the show, I didn't have these planned out to a day. After us breaking these games down, we're gonna have to go overs, man, up and over. I hate that we're gonna give out the same best bet, but definitely have to go to that game. The Brewers and the Rockies, like I said, we can get that over 11.5 at actually even. Money currently have to give out that one. Then my favorite play on the board, which is the Royals and the Rays. You can get that over 9.5 at +105. So, yeah, I definitely have to play that one.
Good value there. So, guys, You got the best bets. You had another show from Line Movers and Alpha Dog Bets. As you guys know, we're here 3 times a week. We will be back in just a couple days. And JD, please keep winning your best bets. I'm going to try and help you out today, and let's get it. All right, guys, we will see you next time. Everyone, good luck on your bets.